Ellen McCauley at Pray It Up in Syracuse, New York. I love this article. It says, how diffusing my thoughts helped me claw my way back from debilitating anxiety. And I would have to say, I have had debilitating anxiety. I got my first panic attack in college. No one knew what they were in the 70s. They kept saying, you're not having a heart attack, Ellen, you're not. You're on the basketball team, you're not having a heart attack. They did not, all the time I was having the worst panic attacks imaginable. There was no one said, oh, you're having a panic attack. It didn't have a name. I've spent my entire life with this, and I've learned to cope, I've learned to function, and now I'm 68, and I'm newly retired. I don't want to have a anxiety-ridden retirement. I don't want it. And the only one who can help me is Jesus and this group, because I love you guys. And this article I found very powerful, because when you are going through a period of anxiety, quite frequently it's our thoughts, almost always, our thoughts are the ones that get us going. The what if, oh my gosh, what if? And what we have to remember, and this is something that I found so powerful in this article, is that our thoughts can be liars. They're liars. We think just because we think it, it's probably true. And it's like, oh, I'm never going to get through this. Well, I got through everything else in my life. Why wouldn't I get through this? That's a diffusing anxiety moment. When you have those thoughts, you say, oh, you wait a minute, Ellen McCauley, you are not going to think that thought. And that's what we need to do. We need to be mindful of our thoughts, and we need to change our relationship with our anxiety. Because most of us have had the same anxiety over and over and over again. We've gone to the same foods over and over and over again, and we need to acknowledge it. Okay, I was worried about not paying the rent before. I've always paid the rent. I'm going to just trust God, and eating a donut isn't going to help me get money for the rent. Whatever it is, we need to move past it and make sure that we aren't letting our brains lie to us. This person went through this program of just listening to their thoughts, dealing with them, being mindful. You don't say, shut up. You listen. What are you saying to me now, Ellen? Well, that's not true. Just because, maybe you're worried about it isn't going to make it true. This person learned to diffuse from her thoughts by taking every thought, instead of taking every thought as the truth and following it into the future, agonizing about what might happen or what has happened in the past, I could simply shrug it off. There goes my brain telling me a story again. Within weeks, with much practice, even the thoughts that had once left me paralyzed, thinking, I'm going to get cancer, it's going to kill me, especially if you are a cancer survivor. Cancer survivors can have terrible anxiety. I have a friend who's a breast cancer survivor for 30 years. Every time she goes for her yearly checkup, she can barely breathe. Barely breathe. I get it. But we need to move past that. Coming on the other side, we have a freedom that only God can give us. And I'm going to stop right there, Bobby, because tonight the song is called